Hello, hello. This is Tom from RV Travel and Living. I want to talk about something today. I've noticed something in the RV world, so please stay tuned. What's going on in the RV world? We were talking about the other day about Courtside Arizona. People actually going there and living on Blm Land, and for a good price, even though it was vacant and nothing there for miles around. Your neighbor could be right here close, or he could be a quarter mile from you. It's Flatlands, basically. I get there, sometimes a hassle, but it's actually can be beautiful, and it's a beautiful area. It depends if you're from that area and understand what that area is about, just like it is here where I live in the Philippines, which hopefully will be over there soon. We're planning on it. We're working on it. We're edging closer, hopefully with a visa, and we'll get there. But today I want to talk about that. I want to talk about RV in general and the wonderful ways. Now, being on the road can be so frustrating, and what I mean is when you're traveling and you're living RV lifestyle, it wears on you. It wears you down to where you cannot function. It just makes you tired. And you say to yourself, I'm just tired of trying to find a place to stay. I'm here 2 weeks, now I got to find another 2 weeks. I'm here 2 weeks, I got to find another 2 weeks. I'm here at this spot 2 weeks, I got to find another 2 weeks. And it does wear on you. Now, there are ways that you can set yourself up. One is find a place that you can actually park your RV year-round, and there are places out there, whether it's a park or land or lease land or purchasing land. There are many ways you can look at it. And don't think that you're down and out and you're homeless and you have no money. If you can get your hands on a van or a vehicle that you can sleep in or something you can survive in, there are places you can go and have an existence and live. Even if you can have a small garden and grow your own food, and there's many things you can do to survive. I see all these guys in the parks and homeless parks and all the people that's in the parks of California and San Diego and all over, and they're saying there's no place. But there's many ways that people can survive on many different ways. Even though you're living in a car, you're out in the desert, you live in a car, but there are ways that you can actually live fine. Now, of course, you got to think about the desert and the heat. You got to think about the time of the year. There are places that you can go. You can have temperatures. It's going to vary. Sure, you're going to be freezing at night, and sure, in the daytime it's going to be hot. But there are places where it has that normal temperature that you can actually function and not have to worry about heaters and all this other stuff. But there are ways that you can do that with solar and all the other things. What I want to talk about is this. There are places in Arizona, Denver, in Mexico, even in Old Mexico, Baja, Southern California. There are places you can actually stay year-round. You just pay the fees to the park. Now, it's always beneficial to have some type of solar or something set up that you can have that you can help sustain the electricity. Some parks furnish electricity. You pay the park for the electricity that you use, whatever that is, and it can vary depending on the rate, 60, 80, $100 a month or less, or you can do it by solar. Now, if you're solar, you need to make sure air conditioning, right? If you're in the desert, it's going to be hot, and heating at night for heat, because it's going to get cold. So you need an air conditioner and heating. There, you can do it through solar. You can do it. There's many ways you can do it. Now, these days you can actually buy packs of batteries in a solar pack that can sustain you all night. There are small diesel heaters that you can purchase and have in your RV or car. Keep you warm. But my video today is really about there is sustainability out there. I see so many people saying, well, I can't do anything. I'm living in my car and I don't know what to do. And I don't. Sometimes get out of the environment you're in. Get in an environment that's different. Search, research, go online. You have access to, if you have a phone, you have access to internet, go to the library. They have free internet. Go to the cities, they have free internet. Go to some of the public parks, they have free internet. And look at some of the people that's already in those RVs and talk to them, and in the vans living in the parks, and communicate and build a group of people. There are many parks throughout the Southwest that people could actually live in, inexpensive, $200, $300 a year, $400 a year. That's depending on the park itself. You can live in the park for that. Then you had to figure out your electricity and water. Now, some parks will give you water, some parks won't. But it rains. It don't rain every day there, but it rains. You can just pool your water, get a filtration system. You have to think outside the box. There are many things to do. I could do a video on it and go on for hours and hours and hours about this. I see people out there struggling, and I don't like it. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sitting in the Philippines, but even here, people are struggling, and poverty's here. But people figure out a way to keep the rainwater when they don't have water in the mountains here. Believe it or not, there's no water in the mountains here because water cannot run uphill. And the streams, the natural streams, are down here. They're never here. They're always at the bottom of the mountain or midstream or here in the mountain. So the people living up here in these top parts, they don't have water, so they have to find water. So they use their own water. When it rains, they take the water and they put it in bins and they filtrate it and boil it. And sometimes they boil it and filtrate it too. Filtrate it and then boil it. So they have water. But I see this. I want to do this video. There are places, so research online. I just did a video on BLM Land. Research BLM Land in California, even Colorado, even though it's cold there. But there's even some in Texas, Arizona, Florida, BLM Land, North and South Carolina, Alabama, in the warmest spots. Even though they snow and it gets cold. It gets cold in Georgia and Alabama and North and South Carolina and Tennessee. It gets cold in Florida too. But there are places that you can stay and not be a nuisance to someone and not bother anyone and have a place that you can actually live and not have to worry about stuff. I wanted to do this, so don't worry. The guys that are saying, I don't have any money, I can't go anywhere, my check is only $800 a month. Well, there are things you can do if you're getting a check for $800 a month. They're even in California, some of the guys are saying they only get $250 a month. Well, you know what? If you can wrap your head around and they're living in a tent, if you can figure out a way somewhere along the lines, get some type of vehicle that runs and it's got fuel and good tires and runs, get to an area outside of those places. And people tend to go to those places because they can get the free food and things like that, but not always the free food's available for that. This video is kind of rambling on about stuff, but I want to talk about it because I see there's so many opportunities. There is land for sale. I just saw land that you can actually purchase in Arizona right now. It runs about $4,000 to $5,000 for a lot. And of course, they have lots that's $30,000, $40,000. That's these big, 15 acres. You don't need that. You need a lot. It's a 3/4 acre, quarter acre lot that you can put a tent on it if you want to, put an RV on it if you want to, and live year round on it. You just have to make sure you pay the taxes on that lot and make sure you do that. But you can take that $250 or $450 or $500 and you can actually take that and you can live in a van or a car, in a RV, an old RV or something to get yourself back up on your feet, to bank that money. A lot of RVers go to Courtside to bank the money. They say, okay, we're going to bank it. And what that means is they're getting, I'm just throwing out a number, $1,000, $1,200 a month. I'm just using that as an example. Let's just say $1,200 a month. I'm getting $1,200. It costs so much to go up and down the highway and gas and everything else. So they go to Courtside and they stay there and they pay the $25 a month and they stay there. There's actually land down in Yuma. You can stay year round for $180 a month, $180 for 10 months, 9-10 months. So you go down there and stay, you pay the $180 for 9-10 months, and then they bank that money. So they take that $1,000 their month or $1,200 a month, and they're saving it every month for 8 months. So they end up with $8,000, $9,000, $6,000, whatever their income is, $12,000. Now, of course, you got to take food out of that. You got to take other things out of that. But still, if you're by yourself with a family, it's going to cost you $200, $300, $400 a month. So you're still banking money. You're still banking money. That is the thing that people are doing, and then they take that money and then make it work for them rest of the year. And a lot of them are doing RV parks and working in RV parks and work camping. So they camp there for free, and you work in the park. Winner, winner. That's a win-win situation. How could it not be? There are so many ways to figure out and work there. Just work camping. There's boondocking. There are parks that which they don't call is if you're a boondocker, parks will actually give you a spot, and all you do is you go help maintain that facility, and especially self-service parks, and you stay there. So if someone has, say, a particular problem that you can't solve on the phone, you're there to help solve those problems, and you're on site 24/7. These self-serve RV parks are putting a person in these parks and saying, okay, there's a short in this line, it's not working, this is not working, and this is not working. So they put you in those parks, and they make it available where you can actually help someone, and they're giving you a little income too. So you get the park for free and you get a little income. You're making money. And it's not like, money would be minimum wage, and minimum wage, still $200, $300, $400 a week. So depending on where you're at in the world, right? In the United States. God bless everybody, and thank you so much for watching this. We'll see you guys next time.